It's just that when things are coming up, you're kind of like, what's up, everybody? It is Frae, and I can wear my hat now because it's getting cold. Very happy about that. But that's besides the point. We're talking about today LULU, KA-BLAM, GREKO printing. Which one is better for your comics and your mangas? Now, I've used all three of these P.O.Ds before, and you're probably saying to yourself, what's a P.O.D? That is not the band, print on demand. Print on demand, you essentially upload your files, the company puts the files together for you, and then you buy the books, the ready-made books from them, and then you can go ahead and sell them the way you want. So that's print on demand. Three companies I've been using: LULU, GREKO, and KA-BLAM. I'm going to compare them for you. So let's get to it. Starting with the oldest of the bunch. LULU was the hot mama seat in 2000s, early 2000s. It was basically the best company that could do print on demand stuff compared to any other company out there. I remember my first book with them, and it was shit. It was shit. But anyway, out of the three, LULU has the most book options as far as size goes. You can make calendars, you can make photo books, you can do novels, you can do a lot of anything that can fit into a book format or a print format, you can basically do. Their books can go up to 12 by 12 inches, which is the biggest book that I've seen in a while. That's like a textbook size, so that's pretty cool.
And
they're the only ones that make hardcover books as well out of the three that we're reviewing. So if you're into something like that, it's going to cost you some money, but they have it. But for now, we're just going to look at your comics and your mangas, right? So for comics, they actually have a comic size that you can get. Now for mangas, they have two different options. They have a digest size and they have an A5 size. The difference between the two it's minimal. It's like a couple of centimeters. It's not too bad. But let's see what the pricing of these things are, right? That's what you came for. So we're trying to give some prices here. So say you're going to do a manga, about 180 pages or so, black and white pages, right? The price for the digest and the A5 are the same, so it's fine. So you're looking at around $4.85 per copy of the manga, which actually isn't bad. You gotta think you're gonna sell your manga probably for about $10, so you made like a $5 profit, which is pretty cool. Now if we do a comic book, the only thing that sucks about a comic book is that it has to be 48 pages minimum. So it's like a double issue basically. And a lot of people aren't going to do that. But if you want to take on that adventure, let's just say you make your 48 page comic black and white. How much is that going to cost you? You're looking at around like $250, which isn't too bad because comics usually sell for, well, independent comics at least, sell for usually $5. So you made about a $250 profit. So LULU has not bad prices. Now LULU definitely has some advantages to the point where LULU will help you get a copyright on your work. They also have their own store, so they can help you sell stuff. But I'm gonna be honest, I haven't used LULU for like 10 years. That was my first company, but over the years there have been better tailored companies to come out. LULU, I feel like they are like a book publishing company trying to just expand their market into comics and mangas. They're not really tailor-made for your comics and mangas. They're more of like your novels, light novels, stuff like that. So we're gonna move on to the company that I favor the most. That is KA-BLAM. Where LULU is like the head honcho of making novels, I feel like KA-BLAM, they're the top at making comics and mangas. They breathe this crap. Perfect quality comics. And like, I love them to death. Now, LULU, a problem with LULU is that their comics are only perfect bound. They're not saddle stitched like normal comics. Now they have two options. They have paperback or they have comic book. Either one you can pick. I recommend picking paperback because you can get more choices of where you're going to put the KA-BLAM ad if you choose to get a KA-BLAM ad in your comic. So it's just like a little advertisement. You can get it on the back or you can get it on the inside back cover. If you pick paperback, you can get that option to put it on inside back cover. Whereas if you just pick comic book, it's going to go on the back of your of the comic instead of whatever illustration you make. So I pick paperback. Now you can also, for more money, just not have the ad in there, but for me the ad doesn't really bother me. So I like getting the discount with the ad in there. Cool thing about KA-BLAM is they have their comic book standard size. They also have their manga standard size, and then they have a magazine size. So if you're doing something like a Shonen Jump or, you know, stuff like that, you can make a magazine from them. But anyway, we're just going to focus on comics and manga. Now the great thing is there's only like a 2-page minimum. You can literally have just like a regular 20 to 25 page comic, or 24, because you have to do it by twos. So that's a plus. If you were to get a comic book and you were to get, let's just put the parameters of 48 pages, because we're going to stick with the way we set up LULU's. 48 pages, black and white, your saddle stitch, and how much is it? You're looking at $3.35, which isn't bad. You lose some money on the deal, but like I said, there's no minimum pages. If you take the ad out of there, you're looking at $3.75 or so for your comic, which still isn't bad. You just make a little less, make like $1 less, which is fine for me, because I like the quality. I like getting my comic to actually look like a comic, not a book. Now for their mangas, let's do the same parameters. 180 pages, black and white. We're gonna put our ad on there, and we got $4.89 with the ad and $5.09 or so without the ad. Not bad. You make about relatively $5. So KA-BLAM, the reason why I like KA-BLAM, I know you're probably wondering. You're probably like,
well, LULU, the prices are cheaper. So why would I do that?
KA-BLAM they're great. Like, their comics look like you can pull them right off the shelf. Like, the quality of the comics is delicioso.
Delicioso.
It's good. So that's why I picked them. You might not want to get for them, but personally, the extra $1 or so that I spend on my comics is worth it to get the quality that they give. Now I will say there's one major downfall of KA-BLAM, and it's their customer service. So what happens is you put in your order, the invoice comes to you, you pay the invoice, and you have a messaging system basically connected directly to your order. Now it's a good thing because it's a direct message to talk specifically about your order, but it's a bad thing because they don't have a call number.
What?
If their system is down, you're screwed. That actually almost happened to me at Baltimore Comic Con because their system was down and I didn't get my orders, and I'm like, what the hell? And these were my test copies. These weren't even the big order that was going to get expedited to me. My test copies weren't even here yet. And I'm like, luckily, they hooked your boy up because they expedited my orders. And it got here like 2 days before the con. So they will rectify any problems. So that's the good thing. It's just that when things are coming up, you know, you're kind of like, you're panicking a little bit. In my panic, I happen to stumble across GREKO printing. They do the same. I would like to say they're KA-BLAM's like brother or cousin. They're a family member. They basically do everything KA-BLAM does, but they have a call-in number. But they're basically the same company. Now, GREKO actually has a small part of their company called Comics Wellspring. They do their comics, and they're really quality actually. One, the cool thing is they have a custom size that goes up to 9x12. So if you want to make something like really cool, you can do that. Unlike KA-BLAM that has just the 3 set sizes. Now the problem with GREKO is that there's a minimum order. You have to get at least 25, which isn't too bad, but like KA-BLAM, you can get a minimum of like 2. So if you don't like minimums, I would really say KA-BLAM. But GREKO is still a great option. Do your 48 page, staple down the center, saddle stitch, black and white. Let's see what we got. $2.48 roughly per comic, times 25 obviously, but that's really good. That is actually, you make even more of a profit compared to even LULU, so that's pretty good. You make about like almost $3. And let's drop in your manga, your 180 black and white manga, and you're looking at, they are $6.77 without the ad in there, and $6.52 with the ad. You are losing a profit making mangas with them. They're great for your comics, but your mangas don't need to go through them. Sorry. KA-BLAM. KA-BLAM for mangas. The only other downside I see to GREKO is the fact that they don't give you discounts on bulk orders. Like LULU, they have their rates of discount as you get more and more. KA-BLAM, they have, on top of their discount with putting the ad in there, they also have their discount at, I think it's every 25, they give you like a discount. So what company do you choose? That is up to you. I laid out pricing and stuff like that. It's really up to you, to be honest.
That didn't help at all.
LULU is great if you have like a light novel, you have a graphic, or not a graphic novel, light novel, if you have a plain novel, like a writing novel, stuff like that. If you want a hardcover book of your manga or your comic book, KA-BLAM has the best quality for your comic and your manga. It's gonna look like it's right off the freaking shelf, I'm telling you. GREKO, if you can't do KA-BLAM, do GREKO. I wouldn't recommend buying a manga size from them because you're only get profit wise, it's just not that great. You're only gonna make like $3. Do it with KA-BLAM, you'll make almost double that. You'll make like 5 something. So it's basically up to what you want. Sorry, I can't really give you a specific answer of what to have. But that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So I hope this helps a little bit. I know I couldn't give you really like a conclusion, but I know a lot of people out there probably didn't even know about these options to begin with. Alright, that's it. Bye. Saudeki. Go on now.